What's up, fam? It's your boy DKG72. Hey, let's talk about faces. Alright, so a few weeks ago I talked to a number of young artists about some of the challenges that they were facing when they were drawing. So for the most part, most of the challenges that artists face nowadays is basically the usual, what I thought would be the usual suspects: hands, feet, normal poses, that type of thing. But the one thing that surprised me was that a lot of you guys are having trouble drawing faces. So what I'm going to do is give you 5 tips on how to draw dynamic, expressive faces. Tip number 1, selfie. Alright, but not just any kind of selfies. Not like the ones you would post on IG or something like that. Basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking pictures of yourself making different faces into your camera phone. So think about all the spectrum of emotions that people go through. So you're gonna make an angry face. You're gonna make a happy face. You're gonna be sad. You know, try to overact. Try to get that emotion out, and then take those pictures. And then what you do is that you pull up your selfies afterwards and you draw from them. And that way you practice in your art style very expressive, emotional face. All right. So tip number 2: film stills. With being a comic book artist, I actually consider my characters basically actors in my major motion picture, and you should do the same. That being said, there are plenty of websites where you can go and get stills, pictures of actors acting in movies, and practice those emotional faces that they make. In fact, a really great place to go to is filmgraph.com. It's a wonderful archive of movie stills from a number of movies. That's one of the best places to go, but there are plenty other places. Just look up film stills on your Googles and you'll be good to go. Tip number 3: when it comes to drawing, one of the main things I use to manipulate and get great emotional expressive faces: eyebrows. So what I mean by that, well, normally we just basically do a little check mark motion for eyebrows, and that's pretty much it, which basically means that your character is semi-angry, semi-serious all the time, and there's nothing else to it. Try different ways of working with your character's eyebrows. Do arches, do curves, like little commas, things like that. Play around with it. Don't just do the normal thing that you see that makes everybody look the same. Don't do that. Try playing around with the eyebrows, and I'm telling you, right there, you're going to get just a whole different look for all of your characters. Tip number 4: learn how to stretch and squeeze your face. And what I mean by that is, when you're drawing, learn how to squeeze the face when you're trying to get a character to emit a certain emotion, and learn how to stretch a character's face when you're trying to get a character to emit certain emotions. So when characters are yelling, their faces are like this, more stretched out. But character is sad, they're like that. That means, you try to squeeze it up. So learn how to manipulate the muscles that work in our face to your advantage as an artist. And you do that time and time again, just observation and practice. Which leads us to our 5th and final tip. Step number 5: practice.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
That's right, practice. All right. I know it seems cliche to say and make that the 5th tip, but it is actually the most important. Everything that we talked about, you just gotta practice it. It doesn't. Drawing expressive faces doesn't come natural. We tend to think of faces as just one way. So you gotta practice. You gotta practice stretching and squeezing. You gotta practice eyebrows. You gotta practice observing people with different emotions. Figure out why a guy has the chiseled appearance one moment and then can look comical the next. Study actors. The reason why I say study actors is because actors can go from very serious auteurs to real goofy in just a second. And that's why you see serious actors acting comedies and they're good, But then you have comedic actors act in dramas, and they're very good as well because actors know how to really change the emotion that they put out. And since our characters are actors, you need to learn how to make your characters do the same. They have it, fam. 5 tips on how to draw expressive faces. Now, if you like this video, hit me with the thumbs up. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit me off in the comment section and let me know if you guys really like this video or not. And remember, we do have links in the description. Alright, y'all, it's your boy DKG72, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Peace.